In Unit 5, we're going to learn some cooking verbs, and at the same time, you can turn to your book page 13 so we can go through this together. Okay, before we take a look at the verbs, I would like to explain to you what imperatives are. Imperatives are basically the base form of a verb or of verbs. We use a lot of them in recipes, and especially this is Unit 5, it's about food. So we use a lot of cooking verbs. So in today's lesson, I will be focusing on cooking verbs. So we can take a look at the first sentence. Don't overcook the steak. Grill each side for about 3 minutes only. And you can see the words in red color. They are examples of cooking verbs. And pay attention to the first sentence. Don't overcook the steak. So if you want to say something that you don't want to do or you don't want others to do, you will add the verb overcook, and before that you will add the don't before the verb, so which makes it a negative sentence. Don't overcook the steak. Don't play with your fingers in class. Don't talk to your classmates. Then we can take a look at the bottom of the page. It suggests that we can also use if and when in some situations. So for if, we would like to use it when we suggest something. And if you would like to use when, that means we suggest a time when someone should do something. Okay? For if is a suggestion, but if say you use when, then it's you suggest a time when somebody should do something. Take a look at the examples. The first one, if you don't like spicy food, don't put any chili in the sauce. Okay, so it's very easy. If you don't like, okay, we don't know, it's a suggestion only. Then the next example, add a dash of Chinese wine when the crab turns orange. So there is a time when you need to add the Chinese wine inside the dish. So it's when the crab turns orange, then you need to add it. So there is a specific time you need to do it. So now I think you understand very well what imperatives and cooking verbs mean. So let's take a look at some examples of cooking verbs. And I'm going to read from the left to the right and from top to the down. So if you want, you can repeat after me. Okay? The first one, break, melt, peel, spread, layer, roll out, fry, saute. Okay, so for this word, it's actually a French word, so the pronunciation would be a little bit different. Saute. Okay, whip, mix, taste, add, weigh, cut, chop, slice, grate, roast, bake, stir, boil, steam, pinch, pour, barbecue. And when you read, please pay attention to the ending of the verbs. Okay, for example, the X sound, the T sound, and P sound, pay attention to those. So now we are going to take a look at more examples. Break. She breaks 2 eggs into a bowl. Melt. Melt the chocolate and allow it to cool slightly. Spread. He spread some strawberry jam on his toast. Layer. This cake has a layer of fruit in the middle. Roll out. She rolls out the pastry on a flat surface. Fry. The ground was hot enough to fry an egg on. Peel. As you peel away the onion skin, you will find another skin underneath. Mix. After you have beaten the eggs, mix the flour gradually. Whip. I can easily whip up an omelette. Taste. My mom tastes the soup for the lunch. Cut. She cuts the meat into small pieces. Chop. Chop the carrots up into small pieces. Slice. It's best to slice into a rich cake from the middle. Grate. How about grating carrots for the salad tonight? Boil. You're pathetic. Can't you even boil an egg? Steam. You should steam the carrots until they are just beginning to be tender. Pinch. I pinch a little salt into the soup. Pour. When you've ground the coffee, use a funnel to pour it into the jar. Add. I'd like to add some pepper to the bean curd. Barbecue. If the weather is fine, we'll barbecue in the ranch. Roast. Are you going to roast the chicken? Bake. Nowadays, I bake my own bread rather than buy it. Stir. I need a teaspoon to stir my tea. Weigh. Please weigh out 10 pounds of potatoes.
Now we've
finish the introduction to imperatives and cooking verbs, I would like you to do some exercise on your textbook as well. You need to turn to your book page 13 and finish this exercise. The answers will be given to you on Schoology, so you can have the access code and access the course. There will be some more exercise for you to do as well, and deadlines and quizzes. Please log into this one and finish all the exercise before the deadlines. Enjoy your study!